You take a lot of confidence from the game last night?
Yeah, definitely. We obviously learned a lot from the Stanford game, and it was the first time that Duke ever had a deficit, and especially at home, playing there. So I thought our first half was amazing. I thought, the runs here and there, they would make a run, and we'd answer a little bit in the second half. But yeah, I took a lot of great things from it. We have to make sure we always have someone back in transition, and it's just because we're focusing on our offensive board so much that when we kick the ball up, everybody's crashing rather than having someone back. But those are things that are easy to fix. So yeah, I was very pleased.
Sometimes in these situations in recent years, you've fallen behind in the first 5 minutes and have to battle back. Is it the seniors are tested, and experienced in these situations and sort of know what it takes now? Is it a leadership thing, or what's allowed you to
I believe so.
get off to good starts?
I think that's what you have to do is, hang around and make the other team, be a little bit more nervous and to step up right away. Because it takes so much more energy when you're behind 20 or behind whatever. And, I mean, it's not fun when things, obviously, in the last, couple minutes get a little bit worse. But, I mean, Duke gave up 78 to 80 points to us, and that was the most they've given up. So I mean, it went both ways. So, but I think it's the senior leadership. I think it's their focus of we got to get out to a great start because it just builds your confidence for the rest of the game.
You have to be happy where you're at offensively.
Yeah.
And being able to put up those kind of points, not only last night but throughout the year. So, what's in your mind has been the key offensively to this production this early in the year?
I think our offensive rebounding, it's been pretty solid. I mean, if you look our opponents and ourselves, I mean, it seems like everybody's shooting better because of the rules. It's a lot different. You make more layups, so hopefully you get to the foul line. You have more open shots because someone's not hanging on you. So, but I think just sharing the ball and continuing to get in a gel and start really understanding one another, I think that's big. I think we knew Courtney and KK hopefully would be shooting the ball well. April Wilson's really starting to come around. Ashley was coming around. She struggled a little bit last night. But, the players are just, that's what you want in non-conference. You want to start gelling. But you want to play, we've played the best in the country. And I think that is what we try to say. Hey, we're right here. There may be separation, but there's things we need to clean up. But I think it's just finding the looks, and when you're open, taking that good look.
Hayden's minutes last night. I mean, she hit a big three, obviously, but also hit the boards, had 5, and thought defensively in the first half she did a nice job. And what kind of spark can that be for her to what she did?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for, and like we always say, when you have that opportunity to go in a game, if you're playing well, you usually stay. If you don't, then if somebody else is, then they get your minutes. And I think we were really pleased that she kind of had her breakout game, was able to defend, get some deflection, rebound, and then hit a 3. That's just going to build her confidence more and more. But, we need that. We need to rotate players. And, when everybody's playing well, it's great, But when people are coming in, if they're not producing, then it's just more stress on the other players to play more minutes. So we were very, very happy and pleased with that.
Any lingering effects to Courtney's ankle?
She definitely has, ended up being a mild sprain right when it happened. It swelled up pretty much, and we thought it was worse, but Jess really taped it like she couldn't even move. So I think it took the swelling right out of it. It could have been a lot worse. It looked awful on tape. It looked awful in person, but she's just going to get the treatment. She should be fine, good to go. She's just a little stiff right now on the floor.
She probably had it taped a couple times too, I think.
She retaped it about 3 times during the game. So,
What can you tell us about IPFW?
They score a lot of points. They have a player that's, can score 33, 41. They played well against us at their place. They went into Michigan State, which I think is one of the most difficult places to win a basketball game, and beat them, and I think that's a wake-up call for us, some of these other schools that are coming in to play us at home have gone on the road and beat some Big Ten teams. So they're all guards. They all can shoot. They all can put it on the floor. We got to chase them around for 40 minutes, again, but hopefully, they play a zone the majority of the time. They played IU man, but they played everybody else zone. So, we got to knock down outside shots. We got to move the basketball. We can attack against their zone, but we just got to play solid between them and the basket. Defense is going to be big.
Just how important is it to inch forward from Thursday night into Sunday, not take that, dreaded step backward, but just inch forward a little bit.
It's going to be tough because our kids are really, really disappointed. Stanford, they were like, okay, but they were really, they're struggling today. And I think that's good because they had a sniff of what it could have been like because we played so well and we dominated the first half, and so we just have to regroup, but we have to see what the things that we need to improve on, and that it's in our hands, and we have to be disciplined with that, and then really just be fresh tomorrow. And it's been a long week. We traveled Sunday, we practiced Monday, Tuesday. I mean, we already had our day off, so right now they've got to have fresh legs, but it's their mindset right now. So hopefully they've got to take some positive, but I'm glad that all of us are hurting because sometimes that's the best lesson.
What was your message to them last night after the game?
The message of, when we were down by 4, what changed the game was down by 4, missing a 5-foot jumper, missing 2 layups, and they came down, hit a 3, 3, and 2, and then all of a sudden it's 12 points. And then we had plenty of time, just keep moving the ball, being patient, don't try to take too many risks on defense. And that if we would have done those things, we were fine. We didn't shoot the ball exceptionally well the second half. And so they got a lot of boards. But we forced them into 20 turnovers. They forced us in 20 turnovers, but the difference was they scored off of theirs. And when we had those opportunities, maybe we only scored 10. They scored 29, and they finished their layup. So those are the things that we have to get better at. But just talked about the next part of our schedule. Not any of them are easy. They've stepped in and have beaten other teams and Big Ten teams, and some are undefeated. And, and that, again, the Stanford, TCU, and these games are the games that we have to gain a lot from and make a jump. And that when we play them at home, we need to take care of business.
Anything more you can tell us about Jocelyn's status?
Oh, she is fine.
Fine, just didn't.
Yeah, it was just a conflict.
So she'll be fine with Sunday.
Oh, yeah. No, everything's fine. She just had a conflict with engineering classes and that type of thing. So.
I would have a conflict.